In today's news for the unemployment, Denims has won, quote unquote won, her lawsuit, the lawsuit that was filed against her by Ethan Klein. Let's kind of get through some of this. She basically posted out today, what a crazy 24 hours, man. The tentative ruling feels a little surreal. First, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported me, believed in me, and helped me get here. I could not have done any of this without all of you. For those who are unfamiliar, tentative rulings are sometimes published in advance of hearings in the interest of streamlining the hearing. And the tentative ruling is the position of the court before the hearing. So the fact that the tentative ruling is to grant my motion for judgment is incredible news. The hearing was earlier today, and the judge has taken the matter under submission, and the official ruling will be issued, hopefully sooner rather than later. I'm feeling very optimistic, and I'll be going over the document tomorrow on stream at 7 a.m. See you all then. So basically her tweet right after this whole ruling came out. If you need a clear understanding of what tentative ruling is, in game terms, it would basically be like an indicator before a boss fight. You know, depending on how strong you are, it might be like you might not be strong enough for the boss. It gives you an idea of the outcome. So you know how like Sung Jin-woo, for example, like he right before he sees like some sort of boss or whatever, he ends up like seeing their name and it's red, yellow, white. Well, basically for Ethan Klein, it's red right now. It's red. It doesn't mean it's impossible. We've seen Sung Jin-woo do it, but it means that like he's gonna have a hard time doing it. He's gonna need a lot of evidence. With that being said, here is her reaction to kind of the whole thing the day after when she did stream it.
The tentative ruling basically says that they want to grant the motion for judgment on the pleadings and that they find that my work is fair use. And a big reason why tentative rulings are so important is because it's very rare that they are changed. Like, it's not impossible that a judge can overrule, or like not overrule, but that the judge can change their ruling or change the decision, the original decision, but your lawyer would have to provide like a lot of evidence to convince the judge not to rule that way. So I feel really good. Oh, and then something else that's very important. So it could be anywhere. So just so we're all on the same page. So we still have to wait anywhere from 2 days to 2 months for the judge to officially publish a final ruling. So maybe on Monday, we'll figure out what the final ruling is. Maybe next week, maybe the next week after that. I don't have a time, unfortunately.
So right now we're in the midst of waiting for this final ruling. We kind of only have the tentative one, but in the next 2 days or 2 months, we could hear a final one. Or what will most likely happen is Ethan Klein decides to appeal it. If he decides to appeal it, it goes on a little bit longer, and you know, the battle carries on. Hassan's reaction to this? Actually kind of surprised more big YouTubers having covered the Ethan Klein almost destroying his landmark fair use precedent because he wanted to bury small YouTubers he doesn't like in costly litigation. A lot of like the big YouTubers would be affected by something like this, by Ethan winning. Like YouTubers that come off the top of the dome who do like reactionary stuff is to be like Joe Bart. Joe Bart's one big one that I think a lot of people love to watch. Even I love to watch Joe Bart. But like he would be affected by something like this, you know. They can already copyright his video, but this would be like an extra layer of shit. He'd basically have to switch his whole content up, at least in that perspective. XQC, you know, like all these other people who are like reacting to these kind of things. I have 2 things highlighted in this actual ruling, but if you want to read through it, I'm going to leave it down below so you guys can do that. It says, the court deems defendant's use as transformative. Throughout the live stream, defendant provides commentary pertaining to criticism of the nuke. Defendant contends that the nuke resembles a high school video project or middle school video project. During the subject's live stream, defendant complains about the documentary's editing, and that the video treats the audience as morons and is attempting to trick them. The complaint further states that she frequently makes comments that are later contradicted by the nuke itself. So basically, she's not just like verbatim saying whatever the video is saying. She's being transformative in the sense that she's adding her 2 cents on one side. I don't want to make it sound bad, but she's adding her 2 cents on top of the video that's already being made. Like what I'm doing now, kind of, I think. Right? Notably, the fair use inquiry does not ask whether the criticism or parody of the copyrighted work is just or accurate or mean-spirited, but simply whether the use is of the kind that copyright is designed to protect. And then later on at the bottom of this, we kind of get the conclusion of what happens. And the conclusion is, for the foregoing reasons, the court grants defendant's motion for judgment on the pleadings. The court orders defendants to prepare and submit a proposed judgment in this matter within 7 days of this order. It is so ordered. So this is kind of the outcome as of right now, he can extend the story. We'll see how this plays out as time goes on. We have another Hassan reaction, but this is him actually going through some of this. Maybe his chat like kind of helping him out through this.
As further supported defendant's commentary throughout the live stream, the complaint states that defendant frequently makes comments that are later contradicted by the nuke itself. Defendant offers further criticism of the subject documentary during our live stream. Yeah, this was one of the major points that the judge also issued, where the judge was like, dude, in your argument, you said denims actually contradicted your overall goals, which immediately implies that it is a transformative subject. It is transformative because of the accusation. One of the accusations that you launched against denims was that in the argument that this is not transformative, this work is not transformative at all, the argument that you presented was that it was transformative.
Dude, he only looked up his... Okay, that's kind of funny. So
is he representing himself? No, he has the worst lawyer of all time, it seems.
Just in case, I want to add this actually in here because I think this is actually super important towards this entire thing. And it's this part here. Let me highlight it. Here it says the 4 non-exclusive factors courts consider when determining fair use are the purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of a commercial nature or is for a non-profit educational purposes, the nature of the copyrighted work, the amount and sustainability of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole, and the effect of use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. From these 4 things that the court considers, she ended up winning 3 of them, if I'm like remembering this right. And you would kind of have to read through these, like right here, it kind of gives you the reason of the purpose and character of the use, nature of the copyrighted work, and you can kind of get into it once you look more into this yourself. So my understanding of it is she won factors 1 and 4, but lost on 2 or 3. Still, with all that being said, I'm going to be honest. I'm obviously going to go for the better looks maxer here, always and forever. I'm never going to go for like just someone who looks kind of mid. I won't be honest. That's currently what it's looking like. And I'll give you guys more updates on this as time goes on. Maybe even kind of stable structure this a little bit better. This is my first time going around this, so give me an opportunity, guys, please. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.